What's up guys, it's your boy Rabner, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build these simple sort of like industrial warehouse style builds inside of Minecraft. So as you can see, they'd be perfect for sort of like a industrial city. They'd work well if you're trying to make like a farming area in your world and you want to put some like storage in it. And as you can see, they look really cool. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to just show how to plan these, show the palette, and show how to build it. And obviously if you want, you can expand this, make it go further if you want to. So let's get right into it. Right then guys, so before we get into the build itself, we're going to have a quick look at the palette and the floor plan. So looking at the palette, as you can see, it's mainly a mixture of stone blocks, terracottas, and sort of black stone basalt blocks. So we have smooth stone, normal stone, andesite, cobblestone, stripped acacia wood, terracotta, granite, bricks, spruce slabs, spruce wood, blackstone bricks, which are actually called polished blackstone bricks, blackstone, polished blackstone, and those are all slabs, polished andesite stairs, polished granite stairs. We have light grey glass pane and just normal grey glass pane, and we also have normal basalt as well as smooth basalt. Those are most of the blocks we're going to need. There may be a few others, but those are just the main ones that we're going to use. Now looking at the floor plan, so this I've split the building into 3 parts because I just find that the easiest to sort of do the roofs. If you want to build like this, then I would recommend doing this. There should be sort of like a floor plan on the screen, but it's pretty simple. It's mainly just a 25 by 11 rectangle, and there are some like small 3x3 doors in the middle of each of these rectangles, which the main one has been split up into. All the 3 smaller rectangles are 9 by 11, with sort of like the 9th edge sort of connecting into the one to the side of it. So for example, this like 9th, so it's like 9 along here. And then it's 9 from this block, which is also part of this one, going along here, and again the same over here. Obviously you could expand this sort of going along if you wanted to, but this is just a good size to start off with. So let's start building this. Right then guys, so the first thing we're going to do before getting into the build is we are going to get our smooth stone and our stone, and we're going to build up the corners. So you want to go like 1 down here, and then this like a block of stone, then smooth stone, and just like that, so it should be 5 blocks tall. And you want to do that in each of these sort of corners that breaks up each of these rectangles, and on the corners over there. So I'll just quickly do that. So once you've done that, as you can see, it is looking alright, and we've done it in all of these corners, including the ones at the back. Now what you want to do is you want to fill in all of these like orange bits with stone. So you want to build it up to this level like this, but you don't want to fill in these sort of gaps here, but you do want to fill in these bits going back here, so we'll just quickly do that. So now that we've done that, as you can see, it's looking pretty good. And now we're going to build up with the terracotta. So we want to get our stripped acacia and terracotta. We want to build up 3 blocks like that in every one of these little corners. So we're just going to do like that, and then fill it in like all the way, including like going over these bits here. So let's go do that. Right then, so now that we've done this, what we're going to do is we're going to start building up sort of like the roof on these things. So the first thing we want to do is make the outline. So you want to go 2 blocks in and build up 2 blocks and do that all the way along here. You then want to go another 2 blocks back and do it like that, and do it like this, and then like that. So in the end we get something that looks just like that. Then what we want to do is do exactly the same thing on the other side. The only difference here is that it's going to be one block, and then you go up because sort of this block here acts as the this block here on this one. So it is going to have to be one block forward, and then you just have to do the same thing we did over here on this side. So it should look just like that. So as you can see, we've got three sort of major roofs that are going into each other, and we're going to be building those up now. So all you want to do is copy this pattern on the other side, which is going to be over here. So as you can see, now that we've done that, all we want to do is just quickly fill in these walls back here. And as you can see, it's looking pretty nice. What we're going to do now is we're going to add in the other blocks into these bits. So the way we're going to do this is it's pretty simple. So on the bottom one here, all we're going to do is just randomly mix in bits of andesite and cobblestone, just to give it a little bit more texture. So it should look something like this. So you probably want to do more andesite than cobblestone, and we just want to do that all the way around the stone bit. It's slightly different on the terracotta bit. So what we want to do is in these corner bits, we want to randomly mix in bits actually it'll be here. So we want to randomly mix in bits like this. So this will make it look like there's a little bit of a corner bit, but it isn't going to be as well defined as it is at the bottom. So in the end, the corners should look something like that. And we're just going to be mixing in the bricks and granite in a similar way, so it's just going to look like this. So in the end, it should look something like that. And we're going to do all of that thing all around the build. So let's get right into it. Right then, so as you can see, we have built it all up and it's looking pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the outer layer of the spruce, and then we can start adding in the blackstone. So what we want to do is we want to go like this, so one block out on this top layer here, so on the top half of the third block up, so it should look like that. Then we're just going to build up like this all the way until the peak like that, then go one block out, so it should look like that. Then what you're going to do is you are going to go along here. You could use spruce blocks for this if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use slabs, and you want to repeat that pattern on the other side. So as you can see, it's looking pretty nice, and what we want to do is again do the same thing over here, so it should look like this, and then you just build it up again, just in the same way, and all you have to do is just repeat that on the other side. Then for the roof, for now we're just going to fill it in. We're using the blackstone like that. So let's get right into it. Right then, so as you can see, we've built it all up and it's looking pretty good so far. So for the roofs, we're going to mix them up a bit by using these blocks here. So we want our blackstone slabs and our polished blackstone slabs, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix them in. So we're just going to occasionally place a few of these blackstone bits in here, a few of these as well, just kind of like this, just randomly placing in some of this detail. It just makes the roof look a lot more interesting, and makes it look less flat and boring. So we're just going to quickly fill in this. Right then, so as you can see, it looks alright. Again, it's just the same thing we were doing with the walls really, just mixing in these different blocks. But to mix it up a little bit, we're going to place sort of blocks like this on top of the bits that are like they're made out of the same blocks. So we're going to do stuff like this, you know, just mixing it up a little bit. And what this will do is it'll make it, well, as you can see, it'll just make the roof look a lot more sort of worn, perhaps like the rain isn't very well maintained. And when you do this, as you can see, it just makes the roof look a lot more interesting, and just really makes it look like that this place really hasn't been repaired for a really long time. So we're just going to repeat that sort of same thing on these other two roofs here. Right then, so as you can see, the roof is now messed up sufficiently, and it looks pretty cool, I think. I really like how it turned out. It looks like really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly add in the arches. So all you need to do for this is just do that. So it looks pretty cool. Another thing you can do for the this thing, or you can just like build up for blocks like that. And then like make a few go down, so if, it should kind of look like this, and this will just help to make it blend in a bit better together. So if you just do that, as you can see, it blends in a lot better. So I'll just quickly do that going around. Right then, so now that we've done that, we can just quickly clear out our inventory and we can start to add in the windows. So what you want to do is we want to get our polished granite stairs and our glass. So what we want to do is we want to go here, so we want to place a stair like that. Then we want to go down 3 blocks, so it should look like that. And now we have our first window. Now what you want to do is go 1 block to the side like that, break down 2 blocks, we got another window there, go down another block, should look like that. So as you can see, that looks pretty interesting, and then all you want to do is sort of repeat the same thing on these other faces. So, you know, 3 blocks down, 2 blocks of gap, 1 block of gap. And then we have a sort of pattern that looks like this. So it does look a bit sort of weird on its own, but when you mix it together, it sort of makes more sense. And the way you want to fill these windows is just by mixing in these like bits of paint like this. So what this does is it just creates sort of a more like broken kind of look. Again, it just adds to the perspective that this thing hasn't really been built up or like maintained very well. So you just want to do that sort of all the way around on this top bit. In terms of this, you just want to do sort of like that. So if you just go like this, then that should be fine. So let's go around the entire build, adding in some windows. Right then, so as you can see, we have built up sort of this stuff like this, and it's looking pretty good, I think. Obviously, at the moment, it's quite dark inside, but we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna build up the floors. So you want to get your basalt and smooth basalt, and we want to like break all of these floors like this, and we're gonna fill it in with the smooth basalt. We're going to fill it in with a smooth basalt to start with, so it should look just like this, and you just want to fill in all of these floors with that. Right then, so now that you've filled it in, we're going to add in the basalt. If you want, you can sort of do it so that The sort of smooth basalt is more around the edges, because obviously more people are going to be walking in the middle than sort of like around the edges. So you can do that if you want to, but obviously it doesn't really like matter that much. So as you can see, you could do that if you want to. Obviously just fill in this bit like this. And as you can see, that does somewhat work. Obviously just mix in a little bit of smooth over here, so it should look kind of like that. So you can do that if you want to, but obviously it doesn't really matter. So yeah, obviously you can do that if you want to, but the main thing is just to mix in the basalt into the floor like this. Right then, so as you can see, we've just mixed up the floors and I think they look pretty nice. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to add in the roof. So what you want to do is go one block in and just place these sort of pillars going along like this. So in the end it should look like that. And as you can see, it looks alright, and then all you want to do is just line up the slabs like this. So it should look just like this. So again, you can like leave a gap here so that it doesn't like look weird. Then there we go. So then we just fill in the edges, and as you can see, it looks pretty nice. Another detail you can add if you want to. I think this looks really cool. So if you go to grindstone, you get a cobblestone wall, then you get some chains, and then you get a lantern. And you can make sort of like a really nice sort of like light. So if you go in the middle here, so that should be that block. So place the upside down grindstone, then one of those, a cobblestone wall, and 2 chains, and then a lantern, and it should look like that. So you can either do that like this as a detail, or obviously you can just add torches onto the walls. This isn't really very efficient at lighting it up, but I think it looks really nice. So we're going to quickly repeat this pattern in all the other sort of areas like this. Right then guys, so as you can see, that is pretty much the build done, I think. So you've got a fairly large amount of room in here. Obviously most of the time it would just be for decoration. You could add some barrels along the walls and stuff like that, but I think this looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with this build. I think it looks pretty cool. I'd say this build would work well if you just put it in a large industrial district like I did in one of my builds, sort of on a server. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, then make sure to like and subscribe. Obviously join my Discord server if you have any questions. That should be up now. Apparently the link was wrong, but you should be able to join now, so hopefully that should all go well. And I'll hopefully see you in the next video. So, bye!